council is expecting us, and I'd rather not keep them waiting.
Enter through here. The Council of Admirals awaits you.
Welcome home, Alvida, and welcome to you traveling with her.
Xantis is delighted to have you here.
However, Alvida, you haven't been summoned here just to exchange pleasantries. Rather, we would like to understand how you got here.
Well, we had to leave the Tynean coast quickly. We had no choice but to take a fisherman's skiff. It's small, but strong. I thought I'd head straight for Xantis, and that's what I did. I know the stars and the currents like the back of my hand, so I had no trouble finding my way back to our island.
You made it through the Serpent's fans in this nutshell, without losing a passenger.
That's right. My companions can confirm that we didn't lose anyone at sea.
Although it's unfortunate that you had to borrow this vessel, you've accomplished quite a feat in sailing it all the way here.
No one has managed to sail through the Fangs in such a small boat in over 100 years.
It seems only logical to me that we should nominate our Nort sister Alvida for the title of captain, so that she might have a decent ship at last.
I second this proposal. Let's give her a ship.
I also support this proposal. She shall have her ship.
Very well. I am recording our Nort sister Alvida in the register as a new captain.
You'll be able to return to the sea soon, Alvida, as soon as we can get you a ship. In the meantime, you'll have to add to your tattoos. You know where to go. We've already informed the Ink Mistress. Your friends can go with you, or they can wait for you at the inn. Remember that on this island, as when at sea, you are responsible for your guests, since they aren't Norts.
The council has ruled and adjourned. Away.
Congratulations! You must be happy to see that the Council has acknowledged your talent.
Yes, it's an honor. There's nothing like recognition from your peer. Watch out. That woman coming towards us is Bridge Alliance. What do you want?
Only to speak to you and to warn you.
Warn us or threaten us? My friends have already suffered enough from your...
Please, I am no threat. Let me introduce myself. My name is Saphir. I am an explorer and cartographer, and I'm indeed from the Bridge Alliance. From your reaction, I take it you suffered at the hands of the people of my nation, and for this I am truly sorry. I know that some of my people can be extremely cruel to the natives of Teerfredi. However, I am not one of them. I believe that knowledge is the greatest treasure of all, but it is gained through discussion, not slaughter.
You said you wanted to warn us about something.
There is an emissary from my nation here in Yuxantis, and she's a member of a faction that has a very contemptuous view of those from your island. They believe your people should be enslaved, or worse yet, used for experiments. This emissary isn't alone. There are guards with her. I wanted to warn you to be careful. It's very possible that she means to harm you.
What are you doing in Yuxantis?
A most excellent question. I'd also add, who invited you? Foreigners aren't allowed to stay in Yuxantis unless they have an invitation. So?
As I told you, I'm an explorer and a cartographer. I've been exchanging letters with the head of your library for years. I sent him a few of my maps, which he kindly corrected, and I've gathered information for him on occasion during my travels. He invited me here so we could finally meet. I'm not allowed into the library, but our conversations have taught me much, and I couldn't pass up the chance to visit the Nort's famed island.
Why have you come to warn us? You don't know us. We're nobody to you.
I'm a traveler. I've met people from many countries and cultures, and I've always enjoyed these encounters. When I met the emissary from the Alliance, I quickly realized which faction she belonged to, though outwardly, she appears friendly. They believe themselves to be superior, and this belief leads them to look down on everyone else. These people are a plague on the Alliance. They undermine it from within, convinced they're furthering its cause. Personally, I believe in what the Alliance represents. The true Alliance, that is. And I despise their attitude towards others. That's why I wanted to warn you.
Uncle Ludwig. Here. I don't believe it.
Rudolph, what are you doing here, my boy? Are you a naught now?
No! Don't you try and act like an uncle to me after what you did to us. Come on, lads, let's get out of here. I don't want to be anywhere near that man. I could lose my temper.
But, Rudolph! I really wonder how the lad ended up here. But he's all right, at least, and he seems to take his work seriously, which is something.
Ludwig, whatever have you done to your nephew to make him reject you like this?
I have no desire to talk about it. Not now, anyway.
Hello? Welcome to my workshop. I'm the Ink Mistress, and before you ask, no, I don't tattoo foreigners.
Hello, mistress. I'm no foreigner. And the council sent me.
Alvida, everyone's talking about you. Your father must be so proud. Sailing to our island in a skiff. I don't think I've ever recorded such a feat in ink. It will be an honor to mark you, Captain.
Thank you.
Now come over here and sit down. I hope your friends are patient. This is gonna take a while. There. Now everyone can take one look at you, and they'll know who you are and what you've accomplished. Take care of the ink for the next few days. The scars will be sore.
Oh, I know. I remember the last time I was here. Thank you, mistress. Goodbye.
Savages and traitors to their race! We'll teach you your true place.
My armor is broken. Is everyone all right?
Drop your weapons. You're under arrest.
under arrest for defending ourselves?
So you say. A witness came to tell us about a fight. We ran over and saw you kill those visitors. Just follow us, you lot, and don't make a fuss.
Wait, officer. This group is my responsibility. I've given my word as a captain. They are my guests.
Indeed. That's unfortunate. You should choose your friends more carefully. Round them all up!
Have you forgotten our laws, officer? You can only arrest the person who is responsible. Our guests are free.
These people have committed a serious crime. They murdered these visitors, and...
This may be a tragedy, but it doesn't change our laws. Only the captain will pay for the crime, if it is proven.
All right, then. Take the captain. As for you lot, I hope you realize what you've done.
Wait, where are you taking her?
She'll be held in the Harbor Master's office while she awaits her trial. I'll make sure you are able to speak with her if you wish.
We should go tell the others what happened. News travels quickly around here. We were attacked as we left the workshop with Alvida. A group of armed Alliance men attacked us and we were forced to defend ourselves. They all died. And the guards who arrived just seconds later accused us of murdering them. They wanted to throw us into prison again. The master of the shipyard stepped in, and since we are Alvida's guests, she was the only one of us arrested.
The Alliance doesn't seem to want to leave you in peace.
A woman we met after our meeting with the admirals warned us. She told us there was an Alliance emissary in Uxantis, and that they might cause us serious problems.
We can't just stand by and let Alvida rot in jail. I already organized one jailbreak. Why not another?
We'd better go talk to her before we do any such thing.
Fausta's right. This is an island, so we won't be able to escape as easily as we did in Tainir. Alvida knows far better than we do how things work around here. Her advice will be most valuable.
We could try to find the Lioness you spoke of, the one who warned us. She undoubtedly knows more than she told us.
Since you don't seem too keen on my idea of an escape plan, we could at least try to find some witnesses who saw what happened.
Go and talk to the Ink Mistress. We were practically on her doorstep, so she must have seen something.
What do you want? I told you already. I don't tattoo foreigners.
We're looking for witnesses who saw the fight that took place in front of your workshop.
You're not going to kill me too, are you? I didn't see anything. After I finished Alvida's tattoo, I started cleaning my tools. I heard a commotion outside, but I didn't go out there. I'm not a guard, I'm an artist. Please don't hurt me.
We're not here to hurt you. We just want to help our friend Alvida, who's been arrested.
Really? Since the attack, everyone's been saying that the foreigners on the island are just there to cause chaos and to rob and kill us.
Rest assured, that is not our aim.
At any rate, I wasn't lying. I heard noises, yes, but I didn't see anything. I didn't go outside.
What kind of noise? What exactly do you remember?
Let me think. I remember the door closing. I was picking up my tools when I heard someone shouting. Just after that, I could hear fighting. Then things calmed down and I heard the guard arresting someone. You, most likely.
Do you remember what was shouted?
I didn't hear everything. It wasn't very clear. I think I heard the words savage and traitor. And then something about a place?
They did indeed insult us before attacking us. And since you heard the sounds of fighting after that first sentence, it contradicts the testimony that we attacked those people for no reason. You have to come and tell the council.
Like, I can't. Back again?
We'll leave you to your...
Savages and traitors to their race! We'll teach you your true place.
Let's show them what we're made of!
My armor!
Completely ruined!
end of a rope.
This armor's no good anymore!
Is everyone all right? Under a...
So, I have her. Take.
We should go tell the others what happened.
Here they are. Is everything all right? We were told there had been a fight between foreigners. What happened?
News travels quickly around here.
The Alliance.
We could...
We could go and talk to the Ink Mistress. We were practically on our doorstep, so she must have seen... something.
What do you... I heard a commotion. Please... What... Just do you... I did... You have done...
We could go and talk to the Ink Mistress. We were practically on our doorstep, so she must have seen something.
What... Just do you... I did... You have...
We could go and talk to the Ink Mistress. We were practically...
Please... What... Just do you... I did...
I know it's a lot to ask, but I need you to repeat what you just told us in front of the council. Alvida shouldn't have to pay for the misdeeds of the foreigners who wanted to settle their score with us.
All right. I'll testify if you call me as a witness. I admire Alvida. She doesn't deserve this.
Hello? Looking to buy furniture? Hey, I recognize you. You're the captain's friends. The ones who were attacked earlier.
Were you there during the attack? Could you tell us exactly what you saw?
Yes. I'm at my workbench from sunup to sundown, and it happened right on my doorstep. So I saw everything. I heard those foreigners from the Alliance hurling insults, and I saw them attack. All you did was defend yourself. Then the guard came, followed by the master of the shipyard. And they took the captain away. I'm sorry about what happened to you.
Kaer, Renaiksa Yaradite Virachtam. Thanks to you, we'll be able to clear our name and free Olvida.
Yeah, unfortunately, I wouldn't be so sure about that.
How so?
I don't have a very good reputation. No one on the council will listen to me. And besides, I don't think Captain Alvida will let me take the stand to defend her. She despises me more than anyone else.
What do you mean?
I don't like to stir up the past, but you should know that I used to be a shipwright. I was respected, and my work was highly praised. Until the accident. It was a terrible accident. Since then, I haven't been allowed to touch a ship. I had to learn a new trade. And here I am in this shabby workshop, tinkering with chairs. My testimony would be worthless.
I understand, but we may have no choice but to call on you.
If you do, I'll be happy to testify to what I saw. But think hard before you call on me. My word could do you more harm than good.
We'll leave you to your work. Goodbye.
This man might be exaggerating his reputation. We should check. Olvida, or the man who spoke up for us, could tell us more.
Fish! Who wants fish?
Did you see the attack?
No, I was in the back. I only saw the tail end of the fight. I saw the guards show up, followed by the master of the shipyard. But the Alliance men were already dead. You killed them all. Now, if you don't want any fish, I'd like to get back to work. Foreigners' affairs don't concern me.
Goodbye.
I'm sorry, emissary, but all...
Well, look who's here. The savage, murderous brute we were just talking about. You must know that I won't let you get away with murdering my men. And I won't let this poor captain pay for your crimes either.
Essa quen moi name natrem o lion. Ma clausum dat sies freugum se gante camortus sidi.
Sir, I would like to know if...
I've got nothing to say to you. Because of your savagery, one of our sisters is in jail. Get out of here.
There's no doubt about it. Justice is blind. Talking to these people won't get us anywhere. Let's go find our Nort friend.
That's right. Go and mock the woman who's rotting in prison because of you. See you at your trial.
I know this woman. She's part of Kernaz's band. She hates everything and everyone outside her inner circle. But she's devious, and she'll stop at nothing to get her way.
All these schemes. The people from the continent excel at them.
We should try to learn more about this woman and what she's doing here.
Stormed weather. I'm sure my friends would.
There you are. I'm glad Alvida wasn't wrong about you. And you're just in time. I'm going to need your help. The Alliance's emissary has decided to support the murder charge against you. For our young captain's sake, I've decided to defend you. I know our laws well, but I'm going to need evidence and witnesses.
The head guard mentioned a witness who alerted them and told them that we attacked those men. We tried to find out who it was, but he wouldn't tell us.
If I was being generous, I'd say it was to protect the witness. But in truth, our dear head guard hates foreigners. He's furious and frustrated that he couldn't put you in jail and had to lock Alvida up instead. If you need to find out more about this witness, and I do agree that it's a very relevant lead, then I'd recommend trying to get him drunk. He can often be found at the tavern, drowning his bitterness in ale.
What other evidence or testimonies should we look for?
Any witnesses who could give a different version of the events would be helpful. I doubt there's much physical evidence to be found, unless it was a setup. And in that case, there were most likely messages sent that you might be able to get your hands on.
Thank you for defending us.
Of course, I don't trust this emissary, and I like Alvida. I'll let you talk to your friend now. But don't forget to come back here once you've gathered enough evidence to exonerate yourselves. Once you've done that, we'll start the trial. See you later, my young friends, and good luck.
How do you feel? Are you all right?
As well as possible. Locked up in a cell. I can't complain. Since I'm a captain, I'm treated with respect. In any case, it looks like it's my turn to need help getting out of jail.
On our way here, we saw a Bridge Alliance emissary speaking to the head of the guards who arrested you. I think it's the person that woman warned us about when we left the council. The men who attacked us were with her, and she will lead the prosecution.
She had to have been invited here by someone. You must find out who it was, and what she's doing here. If only you could prove she's behind it all.
What should we do? We don't know the laws of this island.
Find witnesses. There must be some. If anyone saw what happened, they could clear up these accusations. If they take the stand and testify that these men attacked us, the charges will be dropped. Go to the Ink Mistress and speak to her, and her neighbors. It would also be interesting to find out who this famous eyewitness who warned the guards is. Whoever it is obviously lied to ensnare us in a trap. We need to find out who it is and why they did it.
We found witnesses who saw what happened.
I knew you would.
You were right. But the only person who saw the whole thing told us his testimony would be of no use.
Why? Who is it?
A carpenter. A former shipwright, if he's to be believed.
Don't say another word. I know who you're talking about. Silvio. It really does seem like the odds are stacked against us. Oh, I can't believe it. Of all the people in Yuxantis, it had to be this incompetent, murdering fool who witnessed the scene.
What did he do?
It's more a question of what didn't he do? He was a shipwright, like he told you. He was in charge of repairing ships before they set sail. My mother's ship, in particular. But he didn't do his job, whether out of laziness or negligence. At the very first storm she encountered, the ship sprang a leak and sank. I lost my mother because of him. And now you're telling me he's the only person who can prove our innocence?
I'm afraid so. The Ink Mistress only heard the fight, so her testimony won't help us much.
And this man's won't help us either. Since my mother's death, he was banned from working for the Knots. Why do you think he became a carpenter? Nobody trusts him anymore.
We'll keep investigating.
Thank you for your help. When you've gathered enough evidence, go find the master of the shipyard. He's offered to defend us.
If the head guard is a drunk, it shouldn't be too hard to find out where the witness is hiding. Let's go to the tavern and buy him a bottle, then he'll sing like a canary.
There's the head guard. I believe the woman from the Alliance, Sophia, is over there. Since she's the one who warned us, maybe she can tell us more about the emissary.
I'm happy to see you're back, and in one piece. When I heard there'd been a fight among foreigners, I was afraid it might be you.
It was us. Your people attacked us. The guards of this city arrived too late and they accused us. They locked Olvida up, but we were the ones they wanted to punish for defending ourselves against the Lions.
I'm very sorry. I suspected that Zahid's presence in Yuxantis might cause problems. Is there anything I can do to help?
What can you tell us about this woman?
I must admit that knowing she was here gave me reason for concern. So I tried to find out who invited her. Apparently, it was one of the admirals, to strengthen the trade relations between the Alliance and the Nauts. That idea worried me even more. I don't know how much you know about the Bridge Alliance, or the internal tensions simmering just below the surface there. Recently, a group has appeared on the scene, spreading disturbing ideas. They argue for Tynir's superiority over all other nations, especially the islanders of Teofredi. They're violent and will stop at nothing to expand their influence, which remains fairly limited for now, thankfully. This woman is part of that group, and the fact that she's here to negotiate with the Nauts could prove dangerous for your people. Whether or not she's behind what happened, she's certain to use it against you.
Do you know where this emissary is staying?
Since she's part of an official delegation, she must be staying at the diplomat's house. However, you'll never get her to admit her involvement just by talking to her. I'm afraid you'll have to find a more indirect method. The innkeeper here is in charge of delivering food to all the buildings where foreigners are staying. Maybe he could help you enter her quarters discreetly.
Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. I despise this woman and everything she stands for. I hope you can prove your innocence. Oh, I just thought of something. I don't know if this will be of any use to you, but I saw her leaving town once, which intrigued me. A diplomat who's here on official business would have no reason to go inland. I have no idea what she planned to do there, but maybe it would be worthwhile finding out.
Thank you for your help. See you later. According to Sophia, the innkeeper could help us get into the diplomat's house.
Welcome to the Fishing Mermaid. What'll it be?
Thank you.
Come back, sir. Welcome to the fishing...
Is it...
We sometimes deliver meals to certain homes, in particular to Overseas House when they're entertaining. But we don't do individual deliveries, if that's what you're asking about. Those deliveries are enough of a pain. With the repairs to the wall, my cart can barely get through.
We could deliver the meals for you today.
So, why would you do that? I know she's not sorry. Would you... Come back. Welcome to the Fishing Mermaid. What'll it be?
Is it...
But those deliver...
We could deliver...
Welcome to the...
Is it...
those delivery...
Oh, you must have your hands full here. Making deliveries must take up a lot of your time.
Tell me about it. I used to have an errand boy who took care of it, but, well, he decided to jump ship, and here I am, running all over town.
That must cost you a lot of time and money. Because you can't be behind the bar when you're out doing deliveries.
Of course. And, of course, it's always when there are the most customers.
Ugh, I understand. Now that you mention it, we were just headed to that area. We could drop off your delivery for you if you'd like.
Oh, is that so? What an opportunity. Don't move, I'll bring it to you right away. You're doing me a huge favor.
You again? This tavern used to be a place you could drink in peace. Even here, these pesky foreigners seem bent on stirring up trouble.
I'm not here to bother you, but to make amends. I was hoping you'd let me buy you a drink.
I'm not sure I want to make amends with trouble-making foreigners on my island. But I can't refuse a drink. Buy away. I hate to admit you're nicer than I thought. You're foreigners, but you're nice foreigners. It's too bad you're gonna be convicted anyway. I'm so sorry. It's sad.
You could have...
Shh,
The head guard won't tell us anything. But there might be information about her in the emissary's teams.
Are you lost? Do you need directions?
We're delivering food to this house. The tavern keeper sent us.
He usually makes his own deliveries. What's up with him?
He asked us to lend him a hand. He said he had too much work to leave his counter.
No. We've been trying to persuade him to hire some help for months. Okay, go ahead. Just leave it all in the hallway. The clerks will take care of the rest.
I don't have the key. Ugh, I can't do it. These are the emissary's notes. They were used to prepare for a trial. There's a note about the false witness. His name is Duarte, and he's a longshoreman who works at the port's warehouses. The emissary mentioned some business she had someplace inland. We should try to find out precisely where. Ugh, I can't do it. Ugh, I can't do it. Ugh, I can't. Ugh. Ugh, I can't do it. Ugh, I... There's a report here that the emissary hasn't yet sent, as well as a few letters. I should take the time to read them carefully. The emissary mentioned some business she had someplace inland. We should try to find out precisely where. These are the emissary's notes. They were used to prepare for a trial. There's a note about the false witness. His name is Duarte, and he's a longshoreman who works at the...
Now we have to go to the warehouse where the false witness is to be found.
We'll have to be careful. We're not supposed to be here.
Hey!
Where could he be?
Stop! Access to this area is strictly forbidden. Move along. Stop! Access to this area is strictly forbidden. Move along.
Let's dress like workers. No one will pay any attention to us.
We're missing something to make this work. Ugh, I can't do it.
Let's show them what we're made of!
Dressed like those people who work on building sites, no one would notice us.
There's something new.
Let's show them what we're made of!
Dressed like those people who work on building sites, no one would notice us.
A worker's clothing would come in handy around here, if we want to keep a low profile.
Stand aside. I'm gonna wipe them from the face of the earth.
You can't come in here. Move along. You can't come in here. Move along. You can't come in here. Move along. You can't come in here. Move along.
Let's dress like workers. No one will pay any attention to us.
Hey, you! What are you doing here? You are not allowed in the warehouses. You better leave if you don't want me to call the guard.
We've come to see you because we know you have to testify against us. We found a document that mentioned you and told us where to find you.
Yeah? So what? What do you want?
You lied when you told the guard that we attacked the Alliance men. I'm betting you were paid. Since that's all you're interested in, why not take this money and disappear for a while?
Well, I didn't really like the whole mess anyway. A little time away from the warehouses won't do me any harm. I'll get my things and you'll never hear from me again.
If it weren't for this wiper's lies, we'd be certain to get justice.
We've lost one of ours!
You can't come in here. Move along. Stop!
I don't want to be overheard. Look out! Guards! This is some sort of contract between the emissary and Duarte, the false witness. It's all very clear. She paid him to alert the head guard and to tell him he'd seen us attacking the others. There's even a bonus fee for going to trial. There's also a note, undoubtedly for a future report. It explains the entire plan. I should read it in more detail. This could turn the tables at the trial.
You're back. Have you found anything new?
We searched the emissary's room in town. We found a handful of interesting papers. First of all, the location where we can find the supposed witness who set the guards on us.
Excellent. Did you find anything else?
There was also a document which alluded to business she may be carrying out in the wilds of the island.
It makes you wonder why they need to hide like that. It's certainly worth looking into.
Finally, we found correspondence with an admiral.
Who?
Barcelos. He invited this Bridge Alliance delegation to Yuxantis. According to the letter, they're doing business together.
Barcelos? How ironic.
What do you mean?
Admiral Barcelos is my father. I've always tried so hard to break free from his shadow and earn the respect of my peers on my own merits. I didn't want anyone to think I was advancing in the guild because of him. And now you have proof that he's connected to these eels from the Bridge Alliance.
We followed the clues we found in the emissary's quarters. It led us to a sort of hidden warehouse in the wilds of the island.
There have always been Knots who supplement their pay by smuggling. It's pitiful.
This warehouse was where the emissary met with her Knot allies in secret. We discovered papers that prove this whole affair was fabricated to discredit the Tirfradins. It's a way for the emissary to ensure that the Knots don't bar us excessive sympathy, because that could endanger their trade on Tirfradi.
So that's what it's all about. They used us to ensure that no Knots would refuse to kidnap natives from their own land. Oh, what scum. That said, it was smart. More and more Knots are concerned about what's happening to your people. Well done. Confronted with this evidence, their scheme will collapse.
We also found documents that indicate Admiral Barcelos is involved with these dealings. However, he doesn't seem to know anything about their plans regarding us.
I would have been surprised if he had.
We discovered who lied to the guards to get them to come. It was a worker from the docks. We showed him the documents we found. When he realized we could prove his corruption, he immediately decided not to testify.
Excellent. Their accusations are falling apart. You've done a fantastic job.
We'll keep investigating.
You're back. No, that's too... His laziness led, believe, like the name of the person who invited... You know that foreigners must have a knot.
First, who? Barcelos?
Barcel.
What?
There you are. Any news? Preparations are underway on my side, but without your help, I'll have trouble defending you.
We found 2 witnesses who could vouch for us. The ink mistress, who heard the scene though she couldn't see it, and the carpenter who witnessed the whole thing. However, the carpenter warned us that his word would carry little weight.
What can the ink mistress report?
That she heard one of the men from the Bridge Alliance insult us before the attack.
So that contradicts the idea that this was an unwarranted attack. But it doesn't justify murder. And this carpenter...
He witnessed the whole thing and can confirm our innocence. But he told us that his testimony wouldn't help us.
I know who you're talking about, and he's not wrong. His past actions mean he's hardly credible. And his support for Alvida could easily be called into question. So if I were you, I'd think twice before putting him on the stand. It would be better to find other evidence or find the prosecution's infamous witness before going to trial.
We've spoken to the prosecution's witness, who won't be testifying at the trial.
Excellent. I hope you didn't use any underhanded methods that could backfire. But this will give you a much better chance at clearing your names, as the emissary will have nothing to back up her accusations. The whole affair seems suspicious, but the witness's reversal makes me think there's more to it than that. Some dark plot whose inner workings we may never understand.
We discovered that the emissary has a hideout outside the city where she carried out business deals. She had documents there proving beyond doubt that she was behind the whole thing.
I suspected as much. But why would she do that?
So that the Nods would have no sympathy for my people. That they would think we are savages, and would have no second thoughts about participating in our destruction.
It's horrifying, and I'm furious at the idea that someone could have tried to manipulate our people in this way. This emissary won't get away with it, I promise.
We think we're ready for the trial.
I think we have more than enough to clear you. Remember to give me all the documents I'll need to show, as well as the names of the witnesses, and we can go. Don't forget that during the trial, it will be up to you to tell me who to call and what to share.
Defendants, take your seats. The trial is about to begin. We are gathered here before Admirals Cabral and Barcelos. I shall be representing the inhabitants of this island. Our aim is to clarify the events that took place in front of the Ink Mistress's workshop, which led to the deaths of several of the Bridge Alliance emissaries' escorts. The emissary will represent the prosecution. Is the emissary here and ready to present her arguments?
I am. And I will prove, beyond the shadow of a doubt, that these savages murdered my escort and brought chaos to this island.
The defendants are Captain Alvida and the group of foreigners who are her guests. They are represented by the master of the shipyard.
We are also ready.
Very well. The prosecution has the floor.
Your Honors, Noughts, I come here to seek justice for the lives of my men who were murdered on your streets. And I will prove to you that these savages are the killers.
Please explain how your men ended up in this part of town, when they were supposed to be part of your escort.
I'd given them the afternoon off, so I assume they were sightseeing. That's when they were attacked by these islanders and their companions.
Why would they do that?
Because they're savages. Ever since my people first set foot on Tir Fredi, we witnessed nothing but savagery. They constantly reject any form of progress. They kill people, massacre them if need be, and then pass themselves off as victims. They lure far more sophisticated people into their nets and make them pay for their crimes. Which explains why these eminent representatives of other peoples from the continent, as well as Captain Alvida, are here.
This whole speech sounds like an indictment, but you haven't provided any evidence.
This is true. Do you have any evidence or witnesses to call?
I do. I call Longshoreman Duarte to the stand.
Well, where is your witness, emissary?
I don't have the slightest idea.
You're wasting our time, emissary. Do you have any other witnesses?
I'll call the head guard.
The head guard didn't show up until after the fight.
Don't worry. We can cross-examine him if you wish.
Very well. Can you tell us what you witnessed that day?
We were on patrol in the neighborhood, and a longshoreman came to tell us that some savages had attacked a group of Alliance foreigners. We got there as quickly as we could, but by the time we arrived, the savages were putting away their weapons and the others were lying dead on the ground.
Is there any way they could have just been passing by and had drawn their weapons to assist my men?
No, they were covered in the men's blood, and we saw them finish off the last one as we approached. I'm sorry. I wish we'd gotten there sooner. We could have saved your men.
You did your duty. What could you have possibly done in the face of such savagery? What happened next?
We wanted to arrest them, but the master of the shipyard intervened and reminded us that we could only arrest the captain.
A law that's difficult to swallow when it's obvious that the ones it benefits are the true culprits, and the innocent must shoulder the burden of their crimes.
In the context of this court, you will abstain from criticizing our laws, emissary.
Of course, forgive me. I have no further questions for this witness.
Does the defense wish to question the witness?
Ask him if he can confirm who started the attack.
According to your own testimony, you did not witness the attack, yet you arrested the captain.
Well, those men have been killed, and it was obvious that the captain and her friends were responsible for their deaths.
Really? Would the scene you discovered have been different if these people were the victims of a vicious attack and were only defending themselves?
I suppose the scene would have been the same, yes. But the longshoreman?
Since the longshoreman isn't here, what he told you can't be trusted. What was the first thing the defendants said to you when you tried to arrest them?
They were only defending themselves.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
Now that the prosecution has presented its evidence and witnesses, it's time for the defense to present its case.
It's our turn now. What would you like us to present first? I call the Ink Mistress to the stand. Can you tell us what happened during the attack in front of your workshop?
I was inside my workshop at the time of the attack, and unfortunately, I didn't see the fight.
That's a very useful testimony.
The prosecution will refrain from commenting until the floor is opened. Continue, Mistress.
I didn't see anything, but I did hear what happened. I clearly heard someone shouting something before the fighting started.
Can you tell us what was shouted?
Not entirely, but I distinctly heard the words savage and traitor.
It was the native who was shouting as she threw herself at my men.
No, I didn't recognize the voice. It wasn't any of the defendants. It was a different voice. What's more, I'd like to add that the defendants were thoughtful, not the savages they've been made out to be.
Thank you, Mistress. It seems clear that the attack was preceded by insults that were proffered by the emissary's men. This contradicts her version of the events.
I don't believe a word of it.
Madam, we have tolerated your repeated interruptions, despite our requests to respect the protocol. But we will not tolerate you questioning the word of an eminent figure on our island. Does the prosecution have any questions for this witness?
No, I have no questions for the venerable mistress.
Would you like to call Silvio the carpenter to testify?
No. This man's word means nothing to me or this court.
I don't know this island well enough. So, I'll take Alvida's advice. We'd better not call him to the stand.
Although his testimony is the most complete, I agree with you.
Does the defense have any other witnesses to call?
I was thinking of calling Alvida to the stand. You are all witnesses, but her word carries more weight here than yours. What do you think?
Call Alvida. She can testify for us all.
I'm more than willing to answer your questions, and those of this snake.
I call the defendant, Captain Alvida, to the stand. Can you introduce yourself and tell us what happened that day, in your own words?
My name is Captain Alvida. I had just received my new ink when it happened.
Can you remind the court of what you did to earn this new rank?
I sailed from the coast of Tynea to Xantis in a fisherman's skiff.
A true feat. Please continue.
We barely set foot outside the ink mistress's shop when a group of Alliance men approached. One of them shouted at us that we were savages and traitors to our people, and that they were going to show us our true place. Then they attacked us. Fortunately, we were able to defeat them. It was only then that the head guard arrived. He wanted to arrest everyone, and you stopped him. So, I was the only one who was taken to jail, since my friends here were my guests.
Thank you, Captain. I have no further questions.
Does the prosecution have any questions for this witness?
Of course. Captain, are you sure your savage friend here didn't attack my men before you had time to see it? You wouldn't be the first person to trust in these animals and be betrayed by them.
I'm absolutely certain that the events took place just as I described them. And please don't compare my friend to an animal.
Then how do you explain that a Naut longshoreman alerted the head guard and pointed you out as the attackers?
The only explanation is that he was lying.
And who's to say you're not the one who's lying? Your hands are red with the blood of my men.
Emissary, please control yourself. If you show disrespect to the witness again, we will put an end to this trial immediately.
Please, forgive me. I have no further questions.
Master, we have no further witnesses.
We shall now proceed to show our evidence.
We would now like to present some evidence that has come to light in the course of our investigation.
Evidence? Evidence of what?
Emissary, the defense has the floor. Please allow the master of the shipyard to present his case.
I have here a document signed by this very emissary, which mentions an agreement with a certain Duarte, who works as a longshoreman. The document states that this man is to alert the head guard that an attack is taking place against the Alliance's men. It also states that he will have to testify before this court and specifically identify the natives from Tir Fredi as being behind the attack. The reward for this service is a very substantial sum of money.
It must be a forgery. A forgery created by the defendants to escape a fair punishment.
As our master librarian is a handwriting specialist, I suggest that he examine this contract and give us his expert opinion on the matter.
I will look into this during the deliberations. Have you found any other evidence?
We would like to present this report, which was found in a hideout, where this very emissary was participating in suspicious activities.
How dare you? What kind of scandalous accusation is that?
Explain yourself, Master of the Shipyard. It is highly unusual to describe the person representing the prosecution in this manner.
How else can I describe the activities that required the emissary to travel to an obscure cabin in the inland territory? Not to mention the fact that this report describes these activities in great detail.
Lies, lies, and more lies.
An outrageous forgery!
Let the defense continue.
The emissary and her men were obviously making deals with some of our more law-averse Nauts to smuggle contraband.
For shame. Master, I'm counting on you to give us these documents so that we can find the culprits.
Yes. We won't let a few bad apples spoil the guild's reputation.
And just how did you find this obviously forged report?
You may ask your questions when the defense has finished. Carry on, Master of the Shipyard.
In addition to the highly instructive explanations of their smuggling activities, these documents also include a very important element that is of interest in these proceedings. The attack is clearly planned out in detail. The head guard was to be alerted as soon as it took place. If the Alliance men were able to kill the natives, the captain and her companions, then the testimony of the longshoreman and the head guard was to have cleared them of any suspicion. If not, well, we've all seen how the rest of the plan was to play out.
Nonsense! This is unacceptable!
Why would the emissary have planned such a dire scheme that would surely put the lives of her men at risk?
The report is very clear on this point. The aim was to decidedly tarnish the natives' reputation in our eyes. Some are starting to raise their voices here against what's happening in Tier 4D, especially concerning the deportation of the natives. If we all thought the natives were savages and beasts, we'd have fewer scruples about dealing with them, wouldn't we?
That's exactly what they are! Animals!
That's enough, ma'am. How dare you?
We will study this report carefully. And if it proves to be true, you'll be the one to answer for it.
Master, do you have any further evidence to submit?
No. We have nothing further to present to the court.
We have nothing more to add.
The defense has presented all of its evidence and will now defer to the council's judgment.
In that case, we will now take leave to deliberate.
Can't I plead my case?
If you were hoping to make a case for your ideas, you should know that's not how things work around here. The witnesses and the evidence are presented, and anyone can examine and refute them, but the final decision is the council's. We'll return once a unanimous decision has been made. The council has come to a decision, and I'll let Admiral Cabral announce the verdict.
Given the evidence that was presented, we have come to the conclusion that the defendants are innocent.
This is a travesty!
Silence. We don't have enough evidence to prove your responsibility in this tragic affair. However, we shall keep a close eye on you from now on, so you'll have a Naut escort with you at all times. I advise you to finish your business here quickly and return to Tynea as soon as possible. And don't even think about troubling our exonerated guests again.
The council has ruled, and the court is adjourned.
You're free and may do as you please until you're ready to board your ship, Captain. Despite the trial, I've had the shipyard working on it, and it'll be ready to sail with the tide tomorrow.
Captain, I know what you think of me, what everyone thinks of me. But could I have a word with you?
What is it?
I hear you're looking for your mother's logbook. I know where it is.
Is that so? How could you possibly know that?
I'll tell you when the time comes, but not here. Meet me at the tavern when you're done.
I don't trust you, Silvio, but I'll come. It would be wrong not to hear you out at least once. Oh, thank you. Thank you for getting me out of there. I'm sorry that even here, you've once again been victim to the Alliance's evil schemes. But I'll get you home. I swore I would do it, and I shall. Tomorrow, we'll have a ship. And even if I can't take you to Tier 4D straight away, it's a first step.
Why do we not leave now? You say you want to take us home, but in the next breath, you tell us we have to wait.
Because this kind of expedition is incredibly expensive. Sailing to Tier 4D takes months and costs a fortune. You're going to need a protector. A patron. But don't look at me. I don't have a coin to my name. My family does, though.
I know someone who wants to go home, too.
Not in the least. I'm very happy to be here with you. You're far less dangerous than my uncle.
We can choose our destination once we're aboard the ship. In the meantime, we can take a break at the tavern or go for a walk. Anything you like. As long as there are no bars on the windows.
Wait. I'm sorry. I overheard your conversation. I'd like to accompany you. Even if I have to wait, I'd like to go to Tier 4D with you.
There are enough of your people on our island already.
And you can surely find another ship. The Alliance regularly funds crossings to Hikmet.
That's true. I could probably find backing for a map-making mission, but I'd have to make compromises I'm not willing to make with people I despise. Please, let me prove that not all of my people are manipulators and forces of destruction.
She did warn us and helped us with the framing. And having an ally in the Alliance could be useful.
The best I can do is to offer to let you come aboard my ship. Whether or not you can be a part of our group is a decision that's for the others to make. So, thank you for coming. Silvio was just going to tell me where he thinks I might find my mother's logbook.
Tomorrow, you'll be given a ship. Your mother's ship, to be precise.
But I thought it was lost in the storm.
Lost? No. But it did suffer tremendous damage. It's been recovered and repaired. As you know, I was the shipwright working on her ship. Before her accident, your mother asked me to build her a cache. A cache in her cabin. Just big enough to hold a logbook. If her logbook still exists, it must be there.
Why did you come to find Arvida now? Why didn't you tell her about this earlier?
The trial undoubtedly roused his remorse.
It has nothing to do with the trial. Even if I would have liked to have had a louder voice to help save you from this masquerade. If I've come now, it's because you are going to take possession of the Constancia. You, on your mother's ship. It's too good an opportunity to miss. For I know that the captain's logbook will prove my innocence.
What do you know of Alvida's mother's fate?
Unfortunately, everyone knows what happened and who is responsible.
I have always worked my hardest on all the ships I was assigned to, and I would never have let your mother, for whom I had great respect, go to sea on a dangerous ship. I don't know what happened. There weren't many survivors, and I never had the chance to talk to them. According to the official report, the weakened ship was unable to weather the storm, and for that reason it ran aground not far from the island, resulting in the death of the captain and some of her crew. But I know that's impossible.
Didn't you lose your position because of what happened to the Constantia?
Indeed. Admiral Barcelos found me guilty of what had happened to the captain. I think he even suspects me of having done it on purpose. But since there was no real evidence against me, they just banned me from working on ships.
Thank you for answering our questions.
I still don't trust you, Silvio. But I'll check the cabin on the Constanzia once we're on board.
I sincerely hope that the logbook is still there. Because then everyone will see that I was falsely accused. I'll go back to my workshop now. Thank you for listening.
Alvida left for the port at dawn. She couldn't wait to set foot aboard her new ship. Are we going to meet her?
There you are. I'm happy to see you out of that courtroom and cleared of those ridiculous accusations. Captain Alvida has already returned to her ship and is busy preparing for your journey. When you're ready, just say the word and we'll take you aboard too.
We're ready.
In that case, climb into this boat and it will take you aboard. Godspeed.
Well, what do you think of my ship? It's quite the change from that old skiff. This one even has a cabin.
Yes, it is a fine vessel. But when will you take us back?
As soon as I can pay the crew and stock the old with food for the trip.
My family would certainly be able to finance the journey, especially since it would be an opportunity for them to compete with the Dorsays. They're a rival family who rule over the cities of Serene and New Serene. Come to think of it, they too could finance our trip, I suppose. They certainly have the means.
That would entail going to Peren, wouldn't it? I wouldn't mind going there too. There's someone there I need to see.
Really? Someone from Teleme, I presume?
Yes, a man of the cloth who might be able to help me get home. A certain Father Cardinal Pius.
I've heard of him. A charming old man who lives like a monk, I believe.
Yes, he's a priest and the Telemi ambassador. He can help me get home, but his influence could also be useful in getting your expedition financed.
Yes, I've heard of him. Well, having the backing of influential people is rarely a bad thing. My family is going to be thrilled when they hear about my exploits in Alima.
As for me, I'd like to go back to Iskiara. We left behind a giant, rampaging creature, and I hate to think what might happen to the locals and my companions. We can't just leave this beast to wander around. We have to find out what happened after our timely getaway. And since it's not possible to dock in Dooten, this will bring me as close as possible.
That's a lot of destinations to choose from. We'll have to choose just one. So, where are we headed?
Thank you for coming to see me, Vridengar. We need to talk about that merchant, Iqbal. I want to find the Black Alks. We need to make sure they're okay, or free them if they're still imprisoned. That woman is our only clue. Please help me find her and free our people.
I understand you're worried about them, but we have many other urgent things to take care of right now.
Fine, but don't take too long. We don't know what could happen to them. I'm sure they need our help.
With everything that happened, we never really had a chance to talk about our bonding ceremony again.
It's true. It feels like 1,000 years ago. But if you don't mind, I'd rather talk about it in our own language. Fragole jasjord, espignek dau lechdam, da gred dau emes olevir. So kontabu je digret chal da vuyet nes diri. Da gontabedi at hanalidi, agereudi at gredes, oidvenei en magleben, da elu de helugidon mil feteni. Onessa godom ant, so kontel. Samedradidu nes diern. Ja flint me. Hakaer, sa ned samachtas glod. Sidu. Age hamsteram seg, boat hagos enenik nes nodoigi. Demas yes. Okoloen me. Kontabe kosag. Kohontach, kanes henesem nes wiem. Harenduer sa ole des. Mache ol tegedach de hegaon. Sagato. Quod boe voglendidad. Contabide sequesa sam?
Is komem kam samel ma bode des? E god nes diarnia mevas? E shionau age khe ja lid varma vasum. Aka rod? Samel tir ja snegdet siesenem. A kantabuid da vied on kahe betom ole am. Kanes henesem. Ages virdo. In nadoig ko hagos ja toigt samel da vuletides. Na seantam vregu fors meunides sa Amsterdam oleg.
Name kassin, Aridengar. Name kassin.
See you later.
Boy.
You wanted to speak to me?
Yes. I owe you an apology. And my thanks. I killed your friend back on the island. And I'm responsible for capturing you. I don't expect you to forgive me. I was following orders. And trying to protect my men. And as a result, not only did I hurt some good people, but now they're all dead. I lost everything. I'm nothing now. I know it's no excuse for what I did to you, and that my present situation won't bring you any comfort. But know that I'll do everything I can to repay my debt to you.
Your hands are stained with the blood of our people. But you have also lost much. I accept your apology.
You won't regret it.
I must be off.
I understand. See you later.
If we keep this up, I'll end up becoming a real specialist in escaping prison by any means possible. That being said, I'm really glad that we got my dear Alvida out of this jail.
Let's talk about it later.
Always at your service.
Ah, excellent timing. I was just thinking about you. I wanted to ask you something.
What is it?
I suppose you haven't forgotten our memorable encounter with my nephew Rudolph? It so happens that I've just received a message concerning him. It appears to have been written by a servant who accuses me of being responsible for the disappearance of his mistress, a merchant from the congregation. He says that she was lured to a meeting by my nephew and never came back. In the course of the various threats of torture and accusations he makes, it emerges that my nephew has also disappeared. I'm worried about him. We don't have a good relationship, but it's all my fault, and I wouldn't want anything to happen to him. I could take care of it myself, but I'm afraid I wouldn't be thinking clearly because it involves my family. Would you help me find my nephew and this woman?
I'm sorry, but I've simply got too much to do right now. I'll come back and talk to you as soon as I can.
Thank you, but don't be too long. I'd regret it for the rest of my life if anything were to happen to him too.
As a smuggler, you are always on the move. What's that like? Isn't it tiring to live without any attachments?
It's not the life I would have chosen if I'd had the choice, you know? I would have liked a quiet life on a plot of land with my family. But the war stole that dream away from me. I was forced to follow the local nobleman into battle, and it was chaos. Nothing but blood and guts and death. Finally, I left all that, left everything behind, it's true. It haunts me every day, no matter how hard I try to survive. But the ties I once had cost me far too dearly. Or let's say they cost too much to the people I loved. Well, at least I'm not alone out here on the road anymore. You're here too, in spite of yourself. What's it like for you?
I have to keep going. I don't have much of a choice. But I miss my loved ones every day. Those who stayed behind on our island, and the ones I've lost for good and won't see again.
I'm sorry. I know what that's like, and there's no greater pain than being cut off from a part of yourself. Your memories, however painful, can sometimes help you. They can provide a glimmer of hope in this endless misery. Don't let them fade away. Keep the most beautiful moments to dream about and use the hardest ones to fuel your anger. You'll need it.
We'll talk later.
I'll always be here if you need me.